Awesome. So my second cultural event for Humanities of Latin America was going to the Mormon Museum of Mexican History right next to Swig here in Provo. And basically the museum, as far as I could tell, is ran by a member of the church, but it's not affiliated with the church. And so it wasn't antagonistic at all or anything. It was super positive and missionary-like in there. The guy that I talked to at the front desk gave me a bit of a tour and went over some things with me in there, and I had a really good experience. I think my biggest takeaway was learning about the Mormon colonies, the pioneer colonies in Mexico. He was explaining how Utah was a polygamous state, but then the United States government made polygamy illegal, and a lot of pioneers fled to Mexico and established colonies there to continue the practice of polygamy. And then during the Mexican Revolution, they all had to leave because at the time North Americans weren't really popular. Like, it was not good to be North American in Mexico, and they could have been attacked or threatened with death, and so they fled so that wouldn't happen. And I think that was one of the most interesting things that surprised me. I don't know why I just didn't think about the Mormon colonies when we learned about the revolution in class, and I thought it was really cool that we did learn about the revolution in class, and that I had this background knowledge about Zapata and a bunch of other revolutionaries that were kind of fighting this revolution in Mexico during the 1910s, and how that actually affected the Mormon colonies. I just hadn't thought about how it affected them, and I really liked being able to learn their experience, because they had already been there for about 25 years, and the museum taught me that they didn't really plan on their move to El Paso to flee as refugees. They didn't plan on that being permanent. They planned on going back, and so they really only brought what they could fit in a suitcase, and they left for their safety. But a lot of them didn't go back. Very few did, and he was saying that today only 2 of those colonies still kind of exist in the same way that they did back then. Not in the same way, but the other colonies were burned or destroyed. Cities have kind of been little towns, pueblos have been built over them and around them, but they're different than they were before. I just thought it was cool to be able to analyze their experience with the revolution with the context that I have of the revolution because of class. And I would totally recommend somebody go check it out. I don't think it gets many visitors. And I've always driven past it and seen it, but I've never gone inside, so it was cool to go inside. And the guy was really nice, really friendly. I think it's a good experience. There's these pamphlets that talk about different families and people and their experience getting baptized in Mexico or other experiences that they had. I really liked that.